Hi guys! So let's talk about how to do the assignment. Decade secondary sourcing practice. So if you remember, a secondary source is something that was written or made after the time you are studying. So for example, a secondary source about the 1980s would be a movie about the 1980s, sort of, kind of, in a way, yes, or an article about the 1980s. So when I go looking for secondary sources about a time period, I'll Google things like 1980s summary or most important events of the 1980s, things like that. So with this assignment, keep that in mind. Those are the sort of things you want to be looking up when you look. So let's see what exactly I asked you to do. So the first source that I want you to find in this assignment is a video. So you're going to go onto YouTube and you're going to search something like the 1980s in a nutshell, or what were the 1980s, or I love the 1980s, or 1980s summary. And then you're going to pick one video. With that video, you're going to you're going to link it here so I can see it and know what you're talking about. Then you're going to give me this information. So when we're doing sourcing practice, it's really not about what the video told you or what you learned from it. It's really more about what did we find out about the person who made it. So really quickly, I am going to do an example for you with YouTube. So let's go to YouTube. YouTube.com. And we're going to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And we're going to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. I'm going to look up 1980s summary. So say I picked this one, right? The top 10 defining moments of the 1980s. Looks good. So again, for this assignment, we're really not worried about what this video tells you, although you should watch it because you're going to need to know about your decade. What we're really concerned about is who made it, and that's what you find in the description. So WatchMojo.com are the makers of this video, or maybe just the publishers. So I need to know what WatchMojo.com is all about. So I'm going to open another tab. WatchMojo.com. But I don't want to go here. I'm going to say, what is WatchMojo? WatchMojo is a Canadian-based, privately held video producer, publisher, and syndicator. With over 13 billion all-time video views and 22 million subscribers, has one of the largest channels. 60% of its viewers and subscribers are male, and 92% are from the United States. Now, if I were going to go into a real deep scouring of this source, I'd probably look up this guy, because I want to see if he has any bias. I'm going to look at his LinkedIn. But for this assignment, the information you get are probably going to be very basic. So I'm going to say it's probably a relatively okay source because it's very widely known. However, if I were doing this assignment on something a little more controversial or something people have a lot of different opinions about or something that is debated, I would definitely be looking deep into who owns this company and what that person stands for, because that's really important to do when you're sourcing. So I just wanted to show you that. All right, so let's go back to your organizer now. So you're going to answer these questions about the people who made your video. Then you might have to watch it to see, why do you think this video was made? For me, I think mine was for entertainment. It doesn't seem strictly straight up educational because it really highlights the sort of fun, fluffy information about the 80s. Big hair, big money, big foreign policy. Like they're really jazzing that up. When was the video made? So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find out when it was made, but I know that it was at the very least published on YouTube February 14th, 2014. And so go ahead and tell me that as your answer if it doesn't give you any more information. Let's see what else we have to know. Where was the video made? Again, you're probably not going to get information for that, and that's okay. If some of these things you can't find the answer to, just say that. Research isn't always going to be clean, and you're not always going to get the exact right answer, and that's okay because that's life. So I want you to experience that, but be very honest with me and just tell me that you couldn't find that information. So then you're going to tell me on a scale of 1 to 10 how reliable you thought the video was. Then you're going to go ahead and go to an article. So I'm going to find an article about the 1980s. For that, I might just, let's see, History Channel site. Wait. Hang on. I'm going to try something. Site history.com 1980s summary. Okay, 1980s history. So with online sources, most of the time you're going to find the information about who made these things and who published them at the top and the bottom of the screen. This is history.com, which is the History Channel's website. So I would definitely Google the History Channel and even ask for reliability and see what other people have said about it. And that's really going to help you answer these questions. I don't want to go through all the exact answers to those questions because a lot of you will just pick something from the History Channel. All right, then you tell me how much you trust it. That is this assignment. I know this video is longer than most of them, but I'm sorry, there's a lot to go over. Good luck. If you have any questions, you can either message me through Canvas or using the Remind app. Have a great day.